the pharmaceutical companies give an awful lot of money to media companies and politicians, and they don't want to be able to, disrupt that relationship where they've been able to have this source of income.
The same people that are saying that we're idolizing him and that we're fanboys or fangirls also seem to have like a cult-like allegiance to certain political figures. So it's kind of like a I'm rubber, you're glue situation.
We spend so much more than any other nation with like nothing to show for it. 68,000 a year, that's 22 9/11s in 1 year.
You want to see what real independent journalism funded by the people for the people looks like?
You ever heard a story like this in America?
You're looking at it.
Congratulations for always being somewhere where mainstream media is not.
Flint, Michigan.
See you in Nevada.
Thanks to people like you, we can get the truth. Corporate media, they've been lying to us for years, and you're going straight to the people.
You are the man. I'm glad you're here.
For as low as 16 cents a day, you'll keep us on the ground, covering the important stories the corporate media covers up.
We have been out here at every single court case for Mangione because these people deserve a voice, while the corporate media paint them as terrorist supporters.
Supporters of Luigi Mangione, they were cheering when they heard that the judge had dropped the domestic terrorism charge against Mangione. These people thought that was a good idea to cheer.
Fangirls and boys.
Tommy, they're fanboys and fangirls for would-be assassins. That's what this is.
Boys, we're out here to tell their stories and show that there is a mass movement in America for a humane health care system. Jake Tapper said it was twisted, the people out here. It's twisted that they're out here.
Reporters erupted into cheers and applause for her arrival. Jake?
It's just twisted.
Other mainstream media have basically said these are fanboys and fangirls. I don't see many of them out here actually asking you, why are you out here? I don't see many of them asking you, have you had personal health care source? I don't see many of them investigating fraud of United Healthcare, who's currently under criminal investigation.
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with corporate sponsors and corporate donations, and the pharmaceutical companies give an awful lot of money to media companies and politicians, and they don't want to be able to, disrupt that relationship where they've been able to have this source of income.
I mean, the same people, it brings like that kind of like biblical statement. It's like you look at the fleck in my eye and ignore the plank in your own. Where, thank you so much. Where they're the same people that are saying that we're idolizing him and that we're fanboys or fangirls also seem to have like a cult-like allegiance to certain political figures. So it's kind of like a I'm rubber, you're glue situation. But I would say that once again, this isn't about idolizing a specific person. This is about the predatory healthcare system and the lie that's told that if it's for profit, there will somehow be benefits to the American people. You can say what you want about Luigi. You can say what you want about the people that are out here. You can try to, change and misdirect. But the fact of the matter is this doesn't work for the majority of people. It works for a small minority of people who profit off of this. And the rest of us are sick of this. I'm not saying I incite violence, but I'm not going to condemn it. And I'm going to say, obviously, more and more people are going to get desperate, and we're going to see more and more acts. Crime is intrinsically linked to desperation and financial destitution. And I think 2/3 of families that declare themselves bankrupt is because of medical debt in this country. So you're creating desperation. And honestly, it's giving back-end population control. It's giving, if you're not fit to work, if you're not able to get up and do these 8 16-hour days, that you should drop dead.
Corporate media is not really focusing on the fact that United Healthcare is under criminal investigation by the Department of Justice.
Well, I mean, they're responsible for like 1/3 of all claims. They spend the most money. They're the most powerful health insurance company in the world. They spend the most money lobbying in D.C. We can't get shit done when special interest has such a hold of D.C. Voting only does so much, in a political system that's so controlled by money. We all have been fucked over or know someone who's been fucked over by the healthcare system. We spend so much more than any other nation with like nothing to show for it. 68,000 a year, that's 22 9/11s in 1 year.
Nobody really wants to condone violence. Nobody's saying violence is right. But, when people are very desperate and you're in a system that gives you no legal recourse of really fighting these injustices, especially when, such crucial aspects of people's lives are involved, it's not unheard of to hear that people get so desperate that, they do things that, it's not very easy. It's not as easy to really say they're in black and white,
Things are really bad right now, and last time we talked, I was talking about how my mom wasn't able to get surgery. She appealed to Anthem for a second time. They denied her. Now she has to appeal to the state of Virginia just to be able to get a surgery. She's still having mobility issues, and now I'm having my own issues with my back, and my family itself has spent thousands of dollars out-of-pocket healthcare expenses this year so far, and our policy actually reset on the 1st, which was a whole fight to, even though we had already paid thousands of dollars to, make sure
now pay the deductible
and repay the deductible. I mean, we were able to talk to someone, but it took several hours on the phone with Anthem to figure it out. And
so at the end of the day, the media, they'll cover this, and CNN and others will continue to paint people out here, the supporters, as fanboys, fangirls, supporters of murder.
I'll leave everybody with this. This is in the New York Post. There's a couple in Luigi hats among dozens of twisted fans showing up outside courthouses for accused United Healthcare killer Luigi Mangione.
Luigi Mangione, the man accused of murdering United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, returned to a New York courtroom earlier today, attracting dozens of supporters. Bizarrely enough.
Yeah, I appreciate support, and there's been some support that's been pretty disturbing as I've covered this investigation, Larry, because people are saying he's some type of hero because he took out the CEO. So that's been part of this investigation, too.
They have gold-plated health care, the people saying that. Chris Cuomo, for example, used to be a CNN anchor. I think he's on News Nation now. But he said, yeah, I might sue, I forget the health insurance company, because they're denying surgery for one of my kids. But, I could afford it. I could afford to pay it. So at least he was open that he has that privilege. Most people do not. Most people do not. And the bottom line is, too many abnormal things have been normalized in this country due to a corporate media system that exists to prop up the status quo. That's why, if you don't know, that's why we created the name Status Coup, to overthrow journalistically the status